Hey guys, Zombie Cakeums here. This is a speed build for the new house for the family from the Perfect Sim Challenge that I'm doing. They need a bigger house because they are expecting a second child and they are getting a dog. And so they need a slightly bigger house with a slightly bigger yard for a slightly bigger dog and a child and all of that. So I wanted to give them a cute new house. It's in Brindleton Bay, so they are moving cities. I just haven't played a lot in this city, and this is my main focus on my channel and, free play life. And so they really just need a nicer house. This is in the sporting space on Brindleton Bay in Staple Square. And I thought it was a good house for them, so. It is bigger than their current house. They're currently in like a modern 70s style vibe on the island in Windenburg, in the smallest plot of land over there. And they're not happy because they don't have a yard. They don't have a lot of space. And Johanna's room there is getting pretty cramped, so she needs a bigger bedroom, and she needs a little bit of an upgrade. She's a child now, and her room is still a little bit childish. This room here is more childish too, but a little bit less toddler so, and a little bit more childish so. So she just needs a new place to live. And I also realized that she needed more stuff so she could gain her skills. And there just wasn't any room in that house to put anything else. So we, So we're having a little bit of trouble putting new stuff in there because new stuff doesn't fit in there. So you get it. This is my favorite house I think I have ever built. And it makes me super happy because it is such a nice house. It's like it reminds me and is a little bit inspired by my house. I have this house is the same size as my house. I have 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and I don't have a formal dining area, and technically this place doesn't either. Now, my setup is a little bit different, obviously, but it's a small 2-story home, and like typical American middle class home. And so it works. And I like it. And I think it's the kind of home that Agatha would want to buy. And it's the kind of home her husband, Anthony, would want to give her. And it just makes sense. It's a typical 1.5 kids, white picket fence, middle class home. And it's in Sable Square. It's in Brindleton Bay. I wanted them to move city. I wanted to, because it adds to the storyline, that she might have to change schools and all that stuff. But also I gave her quite a bit of space for her to earn her skills. And that's the most important part. That and then the little doge that I made for them. I gave them a doge. I created it. I was going to make a video of it. Forgot to hit record. So that's not coming. But we will, like, in the next part, obviously I'll introduce the doggo. And yeah, pretty excited. Right now, we are still kind of working on the exterior, making it match the interior, and making a good house for them to live in. But it is I can't believe that I did this in one build. Usually, for a build this nice, it takes me 1 or 2 tries to get everything right. But this, I literally hit record in the beginning and I hit stop recording at the end. I didn't change anything. I didn't really redo much. It just kind of flowed the entire time, and that makes me super, super happy because it doesn't happen very often. I'm on a Sims group and I constantly am looking at videos and stuff on it, and questions and stuff. So I'm kind of distracted by that, and I really shouldn't be on my phone right now because I'm doing a voiceover. Sorry. We are just working on getting the layout. We have started to furnish a little bit. I did this bathroom first because it was an easy, simple bathroom where I don't have to do much. It's a half bath. It's really get in the toilet and go kind of bathroom. So yeah. I wanted the main color in this house to be white with a little bit of wood grain, because I think it just looks more classic and nicer. So white is like the main color in this house. There is some wood tones, but mostly white. Getting to a slow point here where I was messing with that bath mat for like 5 minutes trying to get it perfectly lined up. So yeah. I believe we do the kitchen next. It's a big kitchen. It's my dream kitchen probably. So there's that. I'm tired. Tired. I used a lot of parenthood elements in this. Parenthood and cats and dogs. Because they actually go really well together. Like, my windows are a mix of base game, cats and dogs, and parenthood. They kind of all just kind of go together. And it works. I love it. And I was on the phone with my husband during this part, and I said, should I do square end or circular end? And he said a square end. So we did a square end island on it. And I actually took his opinion. I'm so excited to play in this house. I haven't played yet. The most I have done is I moved them into it now, and I moved their doggo into it, but I haven't played at all. Because as soon as I put them in it, I was like, nope, I gotta quit. I quit the game. I saved and quit. And I'm not, because if I play off camera too much, I'll forget that I'm supposed to be recording most of it. And then you'll miss all the exciting stuff. So yeah. This is their kitchen dining area. It's all one room. I added the columns and I added spandrels because realistically, in a home with an open floor plan, you would have plenty of beams in the home. Like, depending on the size. Like, if my whole living kitchen area was open like this, I would have a beam where one of my kitchen walls is. And realistically, they would have a beam right there because it's a load-bearing wall. And they don't need it on the other side because they have a wall that goes all the way through on the other side. While they don't have a wall that goes all the way through on this side. You know what I mean? Architecture. Briefly. I also just like including the beams because it kind of breaks up the room a little bit, and I was able to do different, like, wallpapers and stuff because of that, and I knew where I wanted the wallpaper to end because of that, and yeah. That dining room table is the new rustic table from Cats and Dogs. If you haven't seen it or you don't have it yet, Cats and Dogs has a nautical theme throughout the game, and it's because Brindleton Bay is a coastal city. There is like a boardwalk area, there is a beach area, there's a lighthouse island area, and yeah, so it really reminds me of like Charleston, South Carolina. I think that could very well be like where they got the idea to have it like that from, because Charleston's a lot like that. It's like or like Maine. Charleston or Maine are both really good, like, yeah. So yeah, I would say Maine or Charleston in the U.S. I've never been to any other countries, so there may be places like this, like a port city. Port cities. I know other countries have port cities, so, but for the U.S., Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine too, and then Charleston, South Carolina. South Carolina? Charleston, South Carolina? Or is it North Carolina? We have too many states with the same name. Charleston. Nope. I was right. South Carolina. Okay. So yeah. Something like that. It's very nautical. Very, I wish there was like a real beach, a beach, where you could like swim in the water. But it's not something we can do in The Sims 4. That's probably one of the things I miss most from Sims 3 is the open world where you could swim at the beach. You could have parties at the beach. Every time I made a Sim get married, it was at the beach, you know? So it's a shame that game got so laggy as more content came out for it. Because if it wasn't so laggy, it would have worked for a lot longer than it did. That being said, I really want The Sims 3. I don't know where I can even get it at. But The Sims 4, I think, is probably the best they've done. Because you don't have a full open world, but at least, like, the neighborhoods around you are open world, so it's not like, you know, you can't navigate the world around you. Another thing I like about The Sims is that the workplaces where you go to work aren't just places where you go to work. Like, you can actually, well, this is because I get to work, but like, you know how in The Sims 3, you sent your Sim to the theater, but you didn't get to experience it with them? I like that in The Sims 4, there are options to go to the bar and you actually sit at the bar with them. There are options to go to the museum and you actually sit at the museum with them. There are options to go to the hospital and you can go to the hospital with them. I really, really liked that about The Sims 4, and I really, really hated that about The Sims 3. And then also, like, if you have dine out, you can go to a restaurant and sit at the restaurant. You can order your own food. You can do all that. You can run a restaurant. Like, I really, really, really like that part about The Sims 4, and I really, really hated that part about Sims 3. And I don't think any of that would be possible if we had an open world. Because then it would become laggy and undesirable. But I also didn't experience Sims 3 for that long. I had The Sims 3, or my cousin had The Sims 3, and I played it quite a bit and loved it, but I didn't do CC content. I haven't ever really done CC content since The Sims 2. I just recently started doing CC content in The Sims 4 and downloading CC stuff. And even then, it's only CC hair every once in a while and CC clothes every once in a while. I have 4 pairs of CC clothes, and that's it. So I don't know. I'm trying to see where I could get The Sims 4 or Sims 3. It's available on Steam. I have Steam. So I can just... I probably have to update Steam, actually. I haven't been on it in a while. Yeah, it's updating. But hey, that's okay. I wonder how much it is. Probably still not, like, super cheap. I've wanted to get a couple games on Steam and play those on this channel so that it's not all Sims. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Planet Coaster, some other stuff. Just because those are all games, other than Planet Coaster, those are all games that I played as a kid that I really love, that I almost loved just as much as I loved The Sims. It's like I've been playing The Sims since I was like 7 or 8. And played non-stop every day. And I was the same way with Roller Coaster Tycoon. When I get bored of The Sims, I'd play Roller Coaster Tycoon. So it just kind of worked. And those are both games I'm really good at. And then eventually, my husband and I were thinking about adding him to this channel. Because he video games too. He's a big Call of Duty person and Destiny. And he's really good at it. So it kind of works. Bring in a couple different audiences. But that's something we'd have to do when I have more time to edit. Plus, I have no idea how to screen record Xbox, you know? So there's that. It's an idea. He's wanting to get an Xbox One X, which is the new Scorpio one, which I'm fine with. But he has the day one Xbox, and that's only worth like $75 right now if we turn it in. So we're probably going to keep that, put it in my office, and that would be perfect because we can, when he's streaming, he can play on that. And then when he's playing for just fun, he can play on his ex. Just an idea, though. I have nowhere near enough time to edit that much stuff right now. I barely have time to do Sims. I mean, I skipped a whole month, so. But a lot of my Christmas stuff has to do with me developing the channel. So that's cool. Really excited about that. So right now we're finishing up the house with the master. I really wanted that tub because I haven't used it in a really long time. But I ended up nixing it because I could not get the configuration right. It just takes up too much space. It'd have to be a bigger bedroom or bigger bathroom for me to fit that in. So. I wanted to do something cool with the mirrors, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just put in a 2-length mirror. No, I didn't. I put in that mirror. What am I talking about? But, yeah. I like this house. I think it's fun. I think it's a good house. It makes me happy. And I'm really excited to play in it because it's a nice house. So we're just finishing up with some landscaping now. Adding some trees, some bushes, and everything. And we are going to go into screenshots here soon. I forgot to take them, so I actually have to go back and take them. So I'm going to go do that, and then we will come in with them in just a couple... I keep burping. Just a couple of seconds. Adding the fence and all that. I think I did some stuff off camera too. But yeah, here are the screenshots right now. So let me know how you like this build. Give me a like if you like this build. Comment, subscribe. It is downloadable at my origin ID, EricaGP1218. Or you can just put in the hashtag zombie cakems. That's cake, CakeEms, cakems. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and here is Rowan. She is an Australian cattle dog. Like, subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.